An American classic undergoing a major rebrand. Cracker Barrel is giving its restaurants a modern makeover, and not everybody's happy about it.
The iconic yellow logo featuring a character called the Old Timer or Uncle Herschel, in place since the 70s, has been replaced with a sleek, minimalistic look. And some online aren't happy.
Now we have this minimalist logo down here that just looks so tacky.
This is not nostalgic. This is not what we need. This is the libs ruining it and corporate pandering.
Yeah.
I hope not. We'll
takes away from our heritage. When you're 81 years old, you kind of remember the way the place was started, and this is taken away from it. It's the old things that the country was founded on, the honesty, the truthfulness, your word meaning something. Seems to be forgotten.
Not a big fan.
No, I think they should stick with tradition.
I think Cracker Barrel's fixing a Bud Light themselves.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Butcher Ojeda here, and there is something fundamentally wrong with MAGA. Have you seen it? The way they all act, the way they laugh at the same jokes and get all bent out of shape when the joke's on them. And now that group of undereducated jackalons are having a complete and utter meltdown.
They erased the white guy sitting outside of the Cracker Barrel store. White people are about to riot.
We're talking about a full-blown 2-year-old toddler temper tantrum in the grocery store, stomping around with snot bubbles popping meltdown. And what are they losing their collective minds over? A logo change. And granted, it's not just any logo, it's the Cracker Barrel logo. The Cracker Barrel, a staple of American culture and sophistication. Right. It's just a restaurant. You numbskulls, you haven't been this pissed since they took fried chicken livers and red-eye gravy off the menu and added healthier options and plant-based sausages. Your little minds nearly exploded that time. But this time it's worse.
They took away the cracker and the barrel. What's the point? Absolutely horrible, says someone else. John Rich, the country singer, says Cracker Barrel has gone woke.
Removing the cracker and the barrel from MAGA's most favorite watering hole is just way too much for some of these bucktooth paint chip eating morons to process. It's thrown them into an absolute tizzy, and they're taking it as a personal attack. Go figure. I mean, what else do you do when you can't understand what's happening in the world? You blame it on something woke, curse out DEI, and regurgitate MAGA talking points that Joe Biden had something to do with it. You know, I can't even comprehend how someone could be so out of touch with reality, so dumb as a stump, so ignorant and full of themselves that they would think that a restaurant logo change and overall update of the place itself is an attack on their fragile manhoods and their Southern culture. Damn, it makes you wonder what dysfunctional families these people grew up in, what lies they were told, what promises were broken, and what cartoons they watched and filled their heads with when the TV was their babysitter and a box of cereal was their food and news source all in one. They're going to need their own Cracker Barrel support group and baby bottles to deal with this one, and it's absolutely pathetic.
Hold on to your biscuits, folks. Cracker Barrel has changed its logo. How dare they? And guess what? The right real mad about it. From Donald Trump Jr. boosting a tweet connecting DEI to the CEO, quote, scrapping a beloved American aesthetic, to Representative Byron Donalds bemoaning it as a woke rebrand, saying, quote, it's time to make Cracker Barrel great again.
So what the hell is really going on here, you may ask? If by some slim chance you haven't seen it yet, Cracker Barrel changed its logo. That's it. And that has sent the MAGA universe into a tailspin. Even MSNBC's The Weeknd couldn't help but laugh at the absurdity. Hosts Eugene Daniels and Jonathan Capehart blasted the outrage, pointing out that the company just rolled out a cleaner logo, swapping out the man in the overalls leaning against a barrel, and in the process, Cracker Barrel shed nearly $100 million in market value the week of the announcement. And who's leading the conservative chorus or complaint? None other than Donald Trump Jr., proving once again that MAGA will rally harder over a restaurant logo than they will for working families losing their pensions.
The logo is fine. Companies go through rebrands all the time. You know what I'm sick of?
Manufactured BS?
Yeah, manufactured BS, but I am so sick of the outrage of these snowflakes.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many things that offend them and get them all upset. They're shooting beer cans and burning hats and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, there are real things people are concerned about, and they're losing their minds over a redesign.
Mm-hmm.
What the... See, I'm trying
to get him a trophy. You see what I'm quiet? I'm like, go ahead.
Hell, they're even calling on Sydney Sweeney to bring in her good genes and serve up the biscuits and gravy with a side of bacon and a rebel flag to boost morale. It's absolute lunacy, and you can't make this crap up. And let me tell you something. This right here, this Cracker Barrel nonsense, is MAGA in a nutshell. These people are more outraged about a sign in front of a Christie pancake shack than they are about the fact that our democracy is being dismantled in real time. They're treating it like an attack on their Southern heritage, their culture, their super fragile alpha egos. Folks, it's a damn logo. It's not sacred. It's a corporate branding decision made by a restaurant chain that sells rocking chairs in the lobby. And who the hell would eat crackers from a barrel that RFK Jr. and Donald Trump have been eating out of too? Hell no, I'll pass. But MAGA doesn't see it that way. Nope. To them, this is an apocalyptic event, right off of the Doomsday Preacher's tribulation timeline. It's like they're being flushed down the crapper and they're trying to hold on. They're grasping for anything that will save them and that will feed their persecution complex in the process. They think if the man with the barrel disappears, their whole world collapses. Next thing you know, they'll be demanding statues of Robert E. Lee in their home dining room just to feel whole again. These people have twisted themselves into believing that fried okra and heritage logos are what makes America strong. And here's the bottom line. They'll tell you with a straight face that they're against cancel culture, yet they are threatening to boycott Cracker Barrel because the marketing department did its job. The hypocrisy is staggering. The same people who mock liberals for caring about pronouns or social justice are now crying in their sweet tea because the front of the menu looks different. You can't script comedy this good. Boo-hoo, you big babies. Remember when they lost it over turnip greens being taken off the menu? That was a preview of this circus. Now they're yelling, go woke, go broke. Same people, same outrage, same toddler tantrum. And now they're foaming at the mouth about a rebrand like somebody snatched their pacifier. These aren't culture warriors. These are culture crybabies. And I'll tell you why this matters. Because while MAGA is melting down over new paint and marketing upgrades, the real stuff that should matter is sliding right underneath their nasty noses. The billionaires are robbing us blind. Elon Musk is cutting Meals on Wheels and pediatric cancer research. Donald Trump is hiding in the shadows of Epstein's file cabinet, praying nobody flips a page with his name on it. Stephen Miller is still out there plotting against immigrants like it's his life mission. And what's MAGA doing? Screaming into their turkey sausage and country gravy about Cracker Barrel logo. Wow. Think how fascism creeps in, folks. The powerful keep everyone distracted with bread or circuses, or in this case, turkey, bacon, and salads, while they strip away your rights and loot the treasury. They know these people are too busy crying over a damn cracker and his barrel to notice when their pensions vanish, when their Social Security gets gutted, when their kids' schools are underfunded, when their jobs are shipped overseas. Think about this. When Cracker Barrel took fried chicken livers and red-eye gravy off the menu, MAGA threw a fit but eventually survived. But now, this logo thing has them convinced it's the end of civilization. Why? Because it feeds into their victim mentality Trump drilled into their skulls. Every little change is woke. Every update is an attack on us. They don't know how to process the modern world unless it's through the lens of persecution. And that's dangerous because it means they'll keep backing con men like Trump who promise to make it all the same again. And the funniest part, their so-called heroes, Trump Jr., Byron Donalds, Charlie Kirk, are out here writing this meltdown like it's a campaign issue. Trump Jr. is tweeting about DEI. Byron Donalds is calling it a woke rebrand. Charlie Kirk is posting memes with Sydney Sweeney in denim jeans like it's supposed to solve anything. Give it up, Gumby, you moron. This is the intellectual leadership of the Republican Party in 2025, folks. These are the people MAGA looks up to. Absolute clowns. Meanwhile, the rest of us are watching the country slide deeper into oligarchy. The middle class is holding this nation together with duct tape, while billionaires sip champagne on their yachts. We've been told for decades that America is the greatest country in the world, not because we take care of our people, but because we can drop bombs on anyone that we want. That's not greatness, that's arrogance, and we're paying for it. Since Reagan's trickle-down scam, the middle class has carried the weight. We've been taxed, squeezed, and lied to while the wealthy buy politicians like candy. Enough is enough. It's time the billionaires carry this country for a while. They've got the money, they've got the power. Put it in their backs for the next 50 years. Because if we do that, if we actually make the rich pay their share, then maybe, just maybe, we'll finally make America great. Not MAGA great, actually great. So yeah, laugh at these MAGA snowflakes crying into their hash brown casserole. Mock the snot bubbles and the toddler meltdowns, but don't lose sight of the bigger picture. The outrage over Cracker Barrel isn't really about food or logos. It's about a movement so fragile, so brainwashed, that they've mistaken corporate branding for cultural survivor. And that fragility is being weaponized by billionaires and fascists to keep us all distracted while they rob us blind. That's the truth. That's the bottom line. And if that truth stings, good. Because it's time we stop babying these fools and start holding the real criminals accountable. Trump, Elon, Miller, all of them. Lock them up. And let's put the weight where it belongs. On the people who have been laughing all the way to the bank while MAGA cries over chicken livers and logos. MAGA isn't a movement. It's a tantrum dressed up in red hats and fake patriotism. These people scream louder about a missing barrel on a restaurant sign than they do about losing health care, losing pensions, or losing democracy itself. They'll foam at the mouth over a corporate logo while billionaires gut their future and Trump sells them snake oil from the shadows of the Epstein's file cabinet. That's not strength. That's weakness. That's not tradition, that's brainwashing. And the hypocrisy, off the charts. They mock liberals for safe spaces while they turn Cracker Barrel into their therapy session. The truth is simple. America doesn't need crybabies defending pancakes and rocking chairs. America needs fighters willing to take on billionaires, liars, and fascists. If MAGA can't handle a new logo, how the hell are they going to handle saving this country? Exactly, they won't. And that is an absolute fact. Sattler's clear the way, airborne all the way.